Hello. So, this is the video that records my fight with the unique group god Sin on official hardcore notame official Hexen servers. So, pretty hard to do thing that some people even thought impossible, but turns out it's just barely possible. And well, this is a post-record commentary, because it would be way too stressful to try and record myself talking during that fight. Even though I did test that out in the single player quite a bit to actually know that I would be able to do it. Oh well, it's difficult to test in ASE as the tools are quite limited and a lot of stuff would have to be done manually. I was rather too lazy to do it a second time, and I did get surprised at one point in that fight. I'll just let you see what I talk about in a brief moment. Yeah, this is Sin. And as you can see, it does take damage. It doesn't look that bad at first. And then I get hit for 30,000 health. That's 60% of my max. I didn't quite realize what just happened yet. I did feel that something is wrong. That's why you see me, I stopped attacking, so that the frenzies would go down. And I didn't yet come to any proper conclusions. Although, now that I watch it again, I think like, oh man, I should have realized it sooner. Yeah, those two hits together were like over 90% of my max health. This literally showed me that I was nearly dead in that moment. So I quickly enabled immortality potion that gives me 15 seconds of immortal, and I teleported away. And I spent quite a bit of a time standing here and thinking about what happened. And I stopped recording because like that was pretty scary and I didn't know what I'm gonna do. So yeah, I did come back though, and and now it was, well, a lot better, as you can see. And the huge difference, the 4x difference, is because my big theory that I was scared that could be true, that turned out to be true. And that theory, it was a thing regarding unique charms and unique dinos. Because this sin is a unique. It has two variants. It has rage and it has nightmare. You would think that if you were defensive charm, nocturnal, nightmare, that it would work versus sin, but it doesn't, and that's exactly what I had equipped. It literally means that I thought that I would be tanky versus sin, but I did take 4 times more damage than I should. Because unique dinos actually have main variant and additional variant. The main variant is on the top and the additional variant is on the bottom. Nightmare for Sin is apparently additional one. And that's why all I had to do was switch to a Apex charm from the Rage group, and suddenly I'm tanky enough to just stand there and hit this guy with hammer until he dies. But it's a long time, nonetheless. The damage is still there. I am still there, very much stressed from the accident before. And yeah, that was quite something. So I guess I could say a couple additional things to how can I actually tank that thing. Well, one obvious thing is I do have a godlike rank at the moment of this fight, and this is the first unique group code I challenged. The rank itself does give a lot of tankiness. I believe, if I recall correctly, it's 100 times less damage from everything, plus 60% damage reduction. So like so as if another 2.5x less damage taken. So like 250 times less damage taken. Then I have a Midas medallion. It actually, its stone skin doesn't give you 90%, it gives you 75%, which is like 4x more tankiness, like all other skins, like Prospector metal skin or the stone skin potion stone skin. They are all 75% or 4x. So that brings me to like 1000x. Midas also has the chest effect, so that's another double, so we're at 2000x. Then I am standing near Olympian torches with the helmet, Olympian helmet equipped. 50% the damage reduction, or 2x, so we're at 4000x. Then I have a damage reduction imbue capped, overcapped, but 90% effectively, so we're at 40,000x. And well, just talking from my memory, I am not quite sure if I didn't miss something. But yeah, those things are already 40,000 times less damage taken. But if you combine it with the dodge, and I also do have in this fight 90% dodge chance, that's like 400,000x more effective health. And then the fact that I have 50,000 health, which is also boosted by the rank, not sure how much, but quite a lot actually. So you know, like 400,000 times 50,000. Let's separate and let's make it 400 millions times 50. So 4 trillions times 5, like 20 trillions effective health. I guess I might be slightly overestimating that number, but then there is also the fact that I have 5,000 armor, and fortunately Sin does damage which is reduced by armor, so that's another 50x. So if you do 50x 20 trillion, yeah, I probably screwed that up because like I don't like doing math in the back of my head. I prefer to write that down and paste it in calculator. So, but you get the idea. I was absolutely ridiculously tanky in that fight. So tanky that I did manage to tank Sin. And in this long fight, I killed it. I could keep the commentary going and just keep saying stuff, but I'll just cut it short and I'll stop talking in a moment. I'll just mention one additional thing regarding Sin abilities. The fact is that I am not sure why Sin was completely unable to curse me, or at least I didn't see myself cursed. Do not remember if there is any effect on Midas set that actually prevents it. Maybe not. The nocturnal unique charm that I initially chose was because it did prevent curses, and I hoped to use it so I wouldn't get cursed. The Apex one that I had to switch to, as I mentioned, the Apex works, Nocturnal does not prevent curses. I do have a dodge rate, and dodge, if you dodge the ability that deals curse, you do not get cursed. However, that's just 9 out of 10 times, so during the fight I should sometimes see the curse on myself, and I did not notice it. But I guess I'm thankful, because if I was cursed in the initial try, I would be dead. So yeah, I'm pretty happy that didn't happen. There is another thing about Sin and dodge. It's a pretty big thing. Because I dodge him so often, he basically has no opportunity to build a rampage on me. And so his damage is reduced because of this. It's a very neat thing about dodge. Also, the Dorex is rather not great at hitting small targets between his feet with the breath. Honestly, any Dorex I fought, I mean, from the normal bosses, never really hit me with their breath. So I guess that's nice, because I do prefer to tank physical damage than elemental. 5,000 armor is better than 90% elemental resists, is what I talk about. Then there is also the fact that I am immune to bleed through Midas, if I remember correctly, but I think yeah. And well, I guess that's it. That's simply it. I just barely do have enough damage to to overcome his healing. And of course, it's very important that you do not let Sin hit anything else beside you, because he will heal like crazy. So I did kill surrounding dinos beforehand as well. Pretty important stuff. But yeah, I guess that's enough, and I will not be speeding up the rest of the video because this serves as a recording of how I did it. So I'll just stop talking now. That's it. Thanks guys, if you do watch it. Bye.